We're heading all the way back to June 16th, 1961, to the predecessor of WRKO, 68 WNAC Boston, to hear Jess Kane, who would go on to be a legendary morning host at WHDH. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another update. Jess Kane, 68 WNAC Boston, June 16th, 1961 on Aircheck's Classic Radio.
Airchecks.com, where classic radio lives.
The Boston waterfront is quiet this morning as some 200 National Maritime Union members go along with their policy of no contract, no work. John Hunt, Boston agent for the NMU, said plans were made to establish picket lines. However, no pickets had appeared on the docks as of 7:30 a.m. Boston police said they expect no trouble. 11 ships were berthed in Boston and 2 more were anchored in the channel when the contract deadline arrived. Soviet boss Khrushchev, in his internationally broadcast Russian version of a fireside chat, has once again threatened a peace treaty with East Germany alone. The communist boss also set a time limit. He said the West must agree to an all-German peace treaty by the end of the year. Khrushchev challenged the West on all major issues as he reported on his Vienna talks with President Kennedy. However, many observers believe he is not anxious to close the door on any of them. The feeling is that the Soviet premier will back off on his Berlin and Germany demands if prospects for negotiations seem sure. And Berlin is calm in the face of the new warning from the Kremlin. Many West Berliners simply shrugged off Premier Khrushchev's demands as just another speech, one of many they have heard since the Soviet leader first told the Western Allies to get out of the divided city November 28, 1958. They have refused to get excited with each new speech, no matter how tough or uncompromising it was. They felt Khrushchev meant business, but most of the city agreed with a statement by a West Berlin city government spokesman who said there was nothing new in the speech that changes the situation. Nothing, he said, made the Soviet stand more acceptable. And we'll be back with more news in just one moment.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less?
Then you should change to Camels.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a Camel cigarette.
So, have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Have a Camel.
Have a real cigarette.
Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel cigarette.
If you are smoking more now, but enjoying it less, change to Camel, the best tasting cigarette of all. Start to really enjoy smoking again. Start to get complete smoking satisfaction every time you light up. The best tobacco makes the best smoke.
So, have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Have a Camel.
Have a real cigarette.
Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel cigarette.
Republican Senator Prescott Bush of Connecticut says he is not impressed with Senator Mike Mansfield's proposed solution to the Berlin problem. Referring to Mansfield's suggestion that East and West Berlin be made into one undivided city, Bush told a Yankee Network news service reporter in the capital,
I think it's always interesting to consider carefully any suggestion by a man of the stature of Senator Mansfield and one whose experience in foreign affairs has been so extensive. Offhand, I'm not favorably impressed with his suggestion. The Western Germany, the Republic of Western Germany, is our staunch friend and ally, and they would undoubtedly vigorously oppose this proposition, and I would not want his suggestion to be interpreted by them or by anyone as a gesture on the part of the United States to detach itself from the close alliance with Western Germany and the Eisenhower government.
That was Senator Prescott Bush of Connecticut. The Senate has approved the administration's long-range highway measure. The measure calls for an appropriation of $11.5 billion for the completion of 41,000 miles of superhighways. It also calls for completion of the project by 1972. Included in the bill is a plan to extend a 4-cent a gallon gasoline and diesel fuel tax. The huge road proposal now goes to a joint Senate-House Conference Committee. The Joint Committee will attempt to work out differences between House and Senate versions. The administration is deeply concerned over congressional opposition to its foreign aid program. Dean Rusk has warned the National Conference on Economic and Social Development that the free world faces trouble if Congress fails to vote for the aid funds. The measure calls for an appropriation of $4.8 billion. President Kennedy will address a luncheon meeting of the conference in Washington today. His talk will delineate the importance he places on the aid bill. We'll be back with the latest sports information in just one moment.
We're three little maids who sing the praise of Cane's delicious mayonnaise. Three little maids who sing the praise of Cane's mayonnaise. Fresh from the maker, fresh to the grocer, fresh from the grocer right to you. Three little maids who suggest Cane's mayonnaise is best. It's fresh.
And because Cane's mayonnaise is made with choice vinegars, light salad oils, and imported spices, plus the egg yolks and only the egg yolks of farm fresh eggs, it's a smoother, richer-tasting quality mayonnaise. It makes all your salads and sandwiches taste deliciously different. And don't forget to also try Cane's famous French dressings, 2 kinds to choose from. Then there's Cane's Riviera, a wonderful sweet sour dressing that blends beautifully with fruits and salads. Remember, when you see Cane's on the label, it's your assurance of freshness and famous New England quality. Now here's a look at today's baseball schedule. In the American League, Washington is at Boston, Baltimore plays at Cleveland, and New York is at Detroit. Minnesota is at Chicago, and Los Angeles plays at Kansas City. In the National League, Cincinnati plays at Philadelphia, St. Louis at Pittsburgh, Milwaukee is at Los Angeles, and Chicago is at San Francisco, and all the games are at night. In the American League yesterday, New York edged Cleveland 3-2 and slipped into first place. Boston routed Detroit 10-1. Chicago nipped Los Angeles 3-2. Washington defeated Baltimore 5-2, and Minnesota knocked over Kansas City 4-3. In the National League, San Francisco belted Milwaukee 6-3. St. Louis posted a 6-3 win over Philadelphia. Cincinnati bombed Pittsburgh 8-1, and the Los Angeles Dodgers whipped the Chicago Cubs 6-3 in 12 innings. In a moment, we'll have the weather forecast for New England.
I like apple juice. I like grape juice. I like apple juice. I like grape juice. Let's drink the drink that's got 'em both. Mud, P.M. Quenches your thirst, refreshes you fast. Quenches your thirst, refreshes you fast. Let's drink the drink that's got 'em both. Mud, P.M. M-O-T-T-S. Mud.
And now here is the New England weather forecast for the 6-state New England area. Sunny and warmer weather today is the forecast. There will be a few clouds late this morning and this afternoon. Clear and not quite so cool tonight, but tomorrow sunny, and it's going to be a good deal warmer. The outlook for Sunday around the entire 6-state New England area calls for fair weather, and it's going to be warmer. That is the forecast for the 6-state New England area. Now turning to the coastal forecast. Eastport to Block Island. North to northwest winds up to 15 knots. Visibility will be over 10 miles. This news report was edited and prepared by news editor Ivor Fortier of the Yankee Network News Service. Portions of this program were recorded. Jim Dixon reporting. This is the Yankee Network.
Now here's the local news from the WNAC News Center, brought to you each morning at this time by the Savings Bank Life Insurance people. State Representative Charles Iannello opened his defense today against charges that he and members of his family stole some $8,000 from the Commonwealth. The prosecution rested its case yesterday after attempting to prove that Iannello and his wife Dorothy shortchanged the Metropolitan District Commission on sidewalk repair contracts. The lawmaker and his wife were indicted on 15 counts of larceny. Iannello and his daughter, Marie Moscato, are named in another 4 indictments, while all 3 and Marie's husband, Angelo Moscato, were named in a conspiracy charge. A member of the Bristol County Grand Jury, which yesterday indicted 8 Taunton City officials, has been fined $100 for contempt of court in Fall River. Frank Azevedo of Taunton was accused of speaking to a state police sergeant about the indictments as he left the grand jury room. Judge Frank Smith continued the cases of the 8 officials until June 26. All 8 were indicted on conflict of interest charges. Boston property owners will pay 10 cents less per $1,000 valuation in real estate taxes this year, according to Mayor Collins.
The mayor announced the 1961 tax rate would be $100.60, a 10-cent reduction from 1960, despite $4 million in increases in Metropolitan Transit Authority, Metropolitan District Commission, and school costs. If the reduction is anything, it is a token of the city's careful municipal housekeeping, the mayor said, adding, with adequate legislative relief, it could, however, be a harbinger of better things to come. The 1961 Ludlow tax rate is $38, $4 higher than last year. A member of the Board of Assessors reported the rate would have been $102 were it not for the revaluation 2 years ago. Total valuation in Ludlow is more than $1,100,000. In a moment, more news. If you'd like to make sure your family won't lose their home if they lose you, let me tell you about Savings Bank Life Insurance's new home mortgage cancellation plan. Briefly, it pays off the mortgage if you don't live to do it yourself. It makes sure your family will not have to move to less desirable quarters. It guarantees your children will be able to stay in your neighborhood among friends, at church, and school if they want to. It leaves a home, not a debt. Best of all, the monthly premium cost has been brought way, way down. Here's how little it costs per $1,000 on a 25-year mortgage. Just 33 cents a month, age 25. Just 45 cents a month, age 31. Just 58 cents a month, starting at age 35. Your monthly premium rate stays the same on this home mortgage term policy. The rate never increases, but the cost is lowered further by annual dividends. To find out exactly how much it will cost you to make sure your family has a home, not a debt, ask for the new green folder, Home Mortgage Cancellation Plan, at your nearest savings bank. Or if it's more convenient, write directly to me. Just write CP, the initials CP, on a postal card and mail it to Gus Saunders, WNAC in Boston. You'll receive your home mortgage cancellation folder through the mail absolutely free, and I guarantee that no one will call on you. That address again, CP on a postal card and mail it to Gus Saunders, WNAC in Boston. A Boston firm will begin immediate repairs on the Hatch Memorial Shell in the Charles River Esplanade at a cost of $45,000. The Metropolitan District Commission awarded the contract to the Michael Rachapi Corporation and instructed the firm to begin work at once, but not to interfere with outdoor concerts between July 2nd and the 16th and after August 21st. State Tax Commissioner Guy Risotto has extended the deadline for filing estimated tax returns to June 23rd. Risotto gave the 8-day extension yesterday. At the same time, he announced the mailing of 680,547 refund checks totaling $11,900,000. The commissioner asked taxpayers not to contact the department if they have not received refunds because the processing was being done as quickly as possible. A 13-year-old Lowell boy is in fairly good condition at St. Joseph's Hospital today following surgery on a leg which was amputated by a train. Police say Gene Dumas was injured late yesterday when he fell beneath the wheels of a Boston and Maine freight train at the Western Avenue yards. The weather now for Boston and vicinity. Sunny today, but with a few clouds late this morning and afternoon. Temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. Northwest winds up to 15 miles an hour. Clear tonight, the low in the middle 40s in the interior and the middle 50s on the coast. Tomorrow, sunny and warmer. The outlook for Sunday, fair and warm. Present temperature outside our WNAC studios in Kenmore Square, 55 degrees. Relative humidity, 67%, and the barometer, 30.16 inches and rising. This news report is presented each morning at this time by the Savings Bank Life Insurance people. Gus Saunders reporting. The next complete news on WNAC will come to you at 8:30.
8:15 right now is music time on Radio Boston Morning Edition. That's fast and flying. The sophisticated strings of Leroy Holmes with the delightful Tico Tico here at 17 minutes after 8 o'clock.
There's a flavor bonus in every drop of Dawson Gold Crown beer. There's a flavor bonus in every drop of Dawson Gold Crown beer.
Brewed right, tastes right, and priced right. That's Dawson. Now you buy it and see. Taste it. I think you'll agree. Get yourself 6 half-quart cans of beer or ale for only $1.44 in the handy new pack. Brewed right, tastes right, priced right. That's Dawson. In 17 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock the time, the Boston temperature at 55 degrees and a sure right day in store for Friday. It will be delightful. You'll find it informative and entertaining here at the 680 spot. Jim Dixon with a feature story, another clue in our Name the Place contest, a traffic report, and a news extra coming up at 8:30. And for those who might be looking for that new refrigerator, maybe you've got a small kitchen or perhaps the summer cottage is in need. Well, Jordan Marsh sure has the right thing. The new General Electric 10 cubic foot refrigerator that takes only 24 inches of floor space. That's the little compact GE refrigerator, and it's priced at just $179.95, fully equipped with adjustable door shelves. There's a freezer compartment and a dial defrost control. The freezer compartment will hold 27 packages of frozen food. A little chiller tray holds up to 25 pounds and is ideal for your frozen desserts, soft drinks, or meats. Other features include the porcelain vegetable drawer, butter compartment, 2 ice trays, and 2 recessed areas on the bottom shelf for added storage convenience. Strongly built, durable, and dependable, the General Electric 10 cubic foot refrigerator is one of the greatest refrigerator values ever. $179.95 with no down payment. In the Appliance Center, street floor, corner of Washington and Avon Streets, Jordan Marsh, Boston. Also at Jordan's in Framingham, Malden, and Peabody. 19 after 8, let's check in with Jim Dixon at the feature desk.
This is the latest story on housework from Washington. And if you catch a little lady pirouetting around the house on her big toe with a dust rag in her hand, have no fear. If she swirls out of the kitchen with a graceful pas de deux and dumps the gravy in your lap, you can blame it on the new frontier. Roy? She's just doing her housework the easy way. Dr. Janet Travel, President Kennedy's physician, suggested that women do their housework as if they were doing a modern dance. She says housework is very hard work. She told a YWCA luncheon, it's like digging ditches. Not a single woman challenged this statement, by the way. But the more efficient you try to be, Dr. Travel said, the worse you come out. Scramble your housework, she told the gals, and what she means is do the ironing or other specific chores only about 15 minutes a day instead of sticking with it for hours until it's done. That's why, she says, special groups of muscles won't get overworked. In addition to cultivating a rhythm of movement while doing housework, she suggests that you take your time, because hurry wears out your muscles. Learn to take short 5-minute rests frequently. Don't put up with uncomfortable chairs and low tabletops. Take free moving exercise and indulge in several different sports. Above all, she told the joyous women, don't work too hard. After her speech, a brochure entitled Don't Spend Your Summer in a Rocker was passed out, and in front of Dr. Travel's plate was a model of the wooden rocking chair she prescribed for President Kennedy.
I would like to come to the defense of some women, and I would like to know just how spending 15 minutes only a day, and all I know is my own wife with 4 young boys, 15 minutes a day ironing, you just can't do it. I mean, there's more than that to be done.
Well, there is a way to do it. Send it out.
Yeah. All right. That solution I think all wives would be very happy to take. But lady friend from Washington, you can't do it in 15 minutes a day. And correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. Well, it's 20 and a half minutes after 8. We try to help you out anyway. We really do. And we can help you out right now if you're still wondering what the place is that you're supposed to name to win a transistor radio or a watch. It's our Name the Place contest on WNAC. It's been a lot of fun, too, hasn't it, Jim?
It certainly has. And we've had a lot of correct answers, too. So much so through the weeks now that we have had each week to resort to the 25-word statements. And those have determined the winners. The best ones, in the opinion of the judges, have determined the winners. I think that should be brought out and made very clear. I think we ought to have another clue, though, right now, don't you?
All right, here we go. See if you know the name of this place.
This is Dave Rodman with a clue for you. Without moving from the building I'm in, I can see the pyramids of Egypt, animals gathering at a Kenya waterhole, and mountain sheep climbing virtually inaccessible Alaskan peaks. I can also stand on the shores of a North Shore beach, a New Hampshire lake, or the Maine coast. Can you name the place?
Well, if you can name the place, you put it right down in a letter now, and then in 25 words or less, tell us why you like the music on WNAC. Now, those 25 words are important, as Jim told you. Send it along to Name the Place contest number 3, WNAC Boston 15. This contest this week, your entry must be postmarked no later than midnight Saturday. We'll announce this week's winners next Wednesday. Starting Monday, we'll have a new place to identify. You stand a chance of winning now. Some wonderful prizes in store. Enter the contest today.
They all go home with Homemaker's beans. That's what they go for at home. Homemaker's brand, Boston baked beans, the real Boston beans.
Folks, go for Homemakers, the only baked bean you can buy with that special home-baked flavor. So if you really like baked beans, you love Homemakers. Ordinary baked beans cook away flavor, but Homemakers bakes it in. Every bean in Homemakers is tender, plump, and juicy, rich with old-fashioned spices and seasonings, bubbling with home-baked flavor. The result? True Boston baked beans. Never too bland, never too sweet. From tin or pot, serve 'em bubbling hot. You've never had anything like 'em. Homemakers Boston baked beans.
They all go home with Homemaker's beans. That's what they go for at home. Homemaker's brand, Boston baked beans, the real Boston beans.
Well, it's 23 minutes and 15 seconds after the hour of 8 o'clock. A traffic report coming up next on Radio Boston Morning Edition. And a song with a sunshiny guitar from Guy Mitchell. Oh, yeah. That's Guy Mitchell at 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, 25 after 8 on WNAC.
Only Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling. Refreshing new feeling. Refreshing new feeling. Coca-Cola's bright and lively. Coca-Cola has more zip. Coca-Cola has more zing in living. Coca-Cola refreshing zest.
When you make out that weekend shopping list, be sure to include a case or a handy 6-bottle carton of sparkling Coca-Cola. What a cheerful lift and refreshing new feeling you'll get from ice-cold Coca-Cola. I don't know whether this news will be refreshing or not, but it sure is factual, and that's important if it's traffic you're worried about. And here's Gus with the latest report.
No tie-ups, fortunately, as yet this morning. We have some spots where traffic is extremely heavy in Greater Boston, notably Starrow Drive and on Mystic River Bridge. Also, the Jamaica Way reports medium to heavy traffic. Traffic is medium to heavy on Huntington Avenue, at Leechmere Square, on Massachusetts Avenue, and on Commonwealth Avenue. But the police authorities report that there are no major tie-ups on any of those roads. On the main highways around Boston, Route 128 reports traffic extremely heavy northbound, medium to heavy southbound. At the junction of Route 1 and 128 in Dedham, traffic is moderately heavy, but no major tie-up. On Route 128 near Route 20, there is a tie-up because of the construction work. On Route 9, through the suburbs, traffic is heavy. Otherwise, it is medium to heavy. The Massachusetts Turnpike, traffic is medium in both directions. Route 2 reports medium traffic, heavy at some areas. And the Southeast Expressway northbound, heavy traffic, southbound, medium to heavy. Route 3 to Cape Cod tells us that traffic there is medium to heavy at the present time, and it is expected that the roads leading to Cape Cod in the early and late afternoon will be reporting very heavy traffic, as many of our travelers will be heading for the Cape for the weekend. The forecast is for a lovely weekend, and undoubtedly many people will be on the road today, so allow a little extra time when you travel returning from work this afternoon. The airlines are operating on schedule from Logan Airport. In New York right now, they're having scattered clouds, the temperature 58. In Philadelphia, it's overcast and 56. Clear in Washington with a temperature of 57. And in Chicago, they're reporting a cool 44 degrees, and it is clear. That's the latest report, Roy.
Children, from border to border, the class will come to order. Do you know your lesson for today?
Yes'm, it's awesome.
Do you know the best Frankfurt in every way?
Yes'm, it's awesome.
And some Franks are tasty, so tender too. Protein packed and good for you.
Yes'm, it's awesome. The best Frankfurt of them all.
Good, good, good. Now listen carefully and repeat after me. Essem,
Essem,
Frankfurt,
Frankfurt.
They're the best, Frankfurt,
Frankfurt.
Made fresh daily, rush right to the store. Kids all love them and beg for more.
Yes'm, it's awesome. The best Frankfurts of them all.
Good, good, good.
Yes'm, it's Essem. You insist on Essem Franks and hams and ready-to-serve luncheon meats, because that's your guarantee of the highest quality in meat products. And register now for the Lucky One contest. Be one of the lucky ones to share in $25,000 in fabulous prizes or win some cash in our Lucky One contest. Just fill out the coupon in the Herald or the Traveler. You could be the lucky one to share in $25,000 in merchandise prizes plus thousands of dollars in cash. Simply fill out the coupon in today's Herald or Traveler. It could be the lucky one to bring you a beautiful gift. Radio Boston Morning Edition. It's an extra news edition now from Jim Dixon. Then a look at the community bulletin board. More features, another clue in our contest, all coming up here on WNAC AM plus WRKO FM in Boston.
Announcing another Whiting first. Whiting Pure Orange Juice, now sealed in a gable-topped plastic carton to seal in the tree fresh flavor. It's different. It's the best.
News while it is news. The WNAC News Service on the air. This news report is presented by the Statler Tissue Corporation, manufacturers of quality paper products for New England homemakers. 3,000 Maritime Union employees joined other members of their organization in a general strike along the East Coast today. There will be no immediate effect in Boston because not one United States ship is in the harbor. The first ship that could be affected is the tanker Texaco, Florida, due to dock in Chelsea this morning. John Hunt, Boston's Union Port agent, says no picket lines will be established till an American ship arrives. The Boston local has jurisdiction from New Bedford to the Canadian border. The strike is not expected to affect military or defense cargo. A 33-year-old Roxbury machinist told Hub Police he lost track of the number of times he punched the mother of his 2-year-old son during a fatal beating. Police say James Hickey told them he confessed killing the woman in a jealous rage. Police say that Hickey identified the victim as 36-year-old Mrs. Marjorie Gerbutovich, with whom he had been living as man and wife. The woman's body was found Wednesday in their apartment, their son Dennis in a nearby crib. 4 Massachusetts communities may get a chance to open their fight against creation of the recently authorized South Shore Rapid Transit Line. The 4 towns, Quincy, Weymouth, Braintree, and Hingham, lost their first round in the Massachusetts Supreme Court yesterday. Associate Justice Jacob Spiegel refused to issue an immediate injunction to halt any proceedings with the line.
Red flags, red banners, the triumphant parade route marked out in red paint. Huge portraits of government leaders look down on the singing, dancing Moscovites. Loudspeakers strung on lampposts are playing patriotic music. Picture postcards of Major Gagarin are being bought up in the thousands. In Red Square, banners strung across the road read, "Glory to the party, glory to our motherland, glory to Yuri Gagarin." Who says the cult of the personality is dead in the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics? This is Peter Reynolds in London.
The Coast Guard says that all 35 crewmen from the stricken Liberty ship Marine Merchant have been picked up. The Coast Guard says it believes all 35 are aboard the tanker S.O. Raleigh, headed for Portland, Maine. The stricken ship ran into trouble 40 miles southeast of the Portland, Maine lightship when she started taking on water through a smashed hold. We'll have a direct report on this story in just a few moments. The trial in Israel of Adolf Eichmann was adjourned in less than 2 hours this morning until Monday. The 3-judge special court announced it would rule then on a defense claim that Israel has no legal right to try the former Gestapo colonel. A young husband telephoned Lawrence Police Headquarters early this morning and said, "I have just killed my wife. You'd better come out." Officers rushed to the tenement house on Lowell Street and found 17-year-old Mrs. Sheila Burke dead in a partially filled bathtub. Her 21-year-old husband reportedly said he strangled her after a series of family arguments. He will be arraigned in Lawrence District Court later today. And the body has just been found in the ruins of a firehouse destroyed in a general alarm blaze in Peabody this morning. The body could not be immediately identified. 2 firemen leaped from a second-story window in their pajamas. As soon as they struck the ground, an explosion rent the building. The fire broke out at 2:20 in the 2-story wooden quarters of Engine 5 on Lynn Street. It destroyed the fire engine, a rescue boat, and station wagons belonging to 2 firemen. More news in just a moment. Brides-to-be, don't miss Jordan's fabulous sale on lovely sample bridal gowns. All spotlessly clean, regularly $125 to $300. Now just $49.90 to $99.90 at Jordan Marsh. Choose from beautiful floor-length gowns with cathedral or chapel trains. Some ballerina styles, too. Your choice of silk organza, silk taffeta, pot de soie, or heavenly laces in white, ivory, pastels. Sizes 10 to 12, one of a style only. Breathtakingly beautiful bridal gowns. Regularly $125 to $300, now on sale. Just $49.90 to $99.90. Jordan's also has a limited quantity of charming bridal veils, regularly $29.95 to $49.95, now on sale from $12.90 to $16.90. And a limited group of sample bridesmaids' dresses and formals, regularly $25 to $39.95, now just $14.90. Come in early for best selection in the Bridal Salon, second floor, store for fashion, Jordan Marsh, Boston only. A night of terror for the crew of the Liberty ship Marine Merchant is over. Here with the recorded details is Channel 5 photographer Jack Crowley.
A dramatic rescue has ended, and here at the Coast Guard Rescue Base in Salem, all hands breathe a sigh of relief. For 35 members aboard the Marine Merchant, a night of terror has ended. The rescued crewmen are now en route to Portland, Maine. They were picked up by the tanker S.O. Raleigh and British motor ship Deeroo at approximately 6 a.m. and are expected to arrive in Portland around 9. It was a job well done for the Coast Guard search and rescue crew here in Salem, who directed the rescue operations. This is Jack Crowley reporting from the scene.
Governor John Volpe says the state gasoline tax in Massachusetts may have to be increased to finance construction of a Weston to Boston freeway. The chief executive adds he intends to find out definitely at a showdown meeting with Turnpike boss William Callahan Tuesday whether the road will be a freeway or a toll road. Efforts to sell toll road bonds have been futile thus far. Meantime, 3 technology and Harvard professors say they issued their critical brochure of the toll road financing as a public service, and they were on no one's payroll. The March 28th report by the 3 professors has been credited with scuttling the Massachusetts Turnpike Authority's $175 million bond issue. John Carr, Sr., a former mayor, is the new city manager of Medford. He was elected to the post by a city council vote of 4 to 3 last night. His son, Mayor John Carr, Jr., cast the deciding ballot. Councilman James Shurtleff opposed the move, charged a conflict of interest. Shurtleff says he intends to confer with Middlesex County District Attorney John Droney to see what legal action can be taken. A sealed verdict has now been returned in the case of Newton contractor Louis Racine, charged with larceny and perjury. The Suffolk Superior Court jury deliberated more than 10 hours. The verdict to be opened at 10 this morning. On Beacon Hill again, the Senate voted to grant state police pay raises ranging from $400 to $600 a year. A 17 to 11 roll call vote reversed an earlier standing vote which had rejected the measure. In other action, the Senate enacted and sent to the governor a bill doubling the 5-cent MTA fare for children and reducing the children's fare eligibility from 14 to 11 years. Governor Volpe has indicated he will sign the measure, which is expected to produce some $1 million in additional revenue. In news from overseas, Western sources in Laos are described as gloomy over a new withdrawal by troops of the Royal Laotian Army. A Vientiane dispatch today says relays of American-piloted helicopters had completed the pullout of some 500 paratroopers who had been dropped in a battle sector 9 days ago. Fires apparently set by anti-Castro saboteurs have destroyed Havana's largest department store and damaged a paper warehouse in the Cuban capital. Castro firing squads have blasted the life from a 19-year-old university student, unofficially the 604th person executed by Castro forces. West German Chancellor Adenauer has completed his formal talks in Washington with President Kennedy, but the Bonn government leader will remain in the nation's capital until Sunday. He will fly then to the Texas ranch of Vice President Lyndon Johnson. And House Democratic leader John McCormick says he will bring up for floor action next Wednesday legislation to permit the optional retirement of men at age 62 and to carry out most of President Kennedy's other Social Security proposals. Now in sports, All-American League games were rained out yesterday. The National League out west got in its schedule. San Francisco beat the Pirates 6-5 in 12 innings. The Braves topped the Cardinals 5-4 in 11 innings. Cincinnati 5, Chicago Cubs 2. In a night game, it was the Phillies 8, the Dodgers 7. The Red Sox have an open date today. They'll open a series against Los Angeles tomorrow. Jerry Casale is scheduled to pitch for the Angels and Ike DeLock for the Red Sox. In golf, Charlie Sifford leads the Greensboro Open after the first 18 holes. The first Negro pro to play in the tournament shot a 68, leading Billy Maxwell by one stroke. The weather in just a moment. Now at Jordan Marsh, see the brand new models in famous Stratorester TV Relax-A-Vision chairs and Miracle Massage chairs. Your choice of either model, only $69.95 each. These latest Stratorester models have the new plus features of higher backs, wider seats and backs, and foam rubber padding. Stratorester's TV Relax-A-Vision lounge chair provides the only automatic position for completely relaxed, perfect TV viewing. The TV Stratorester also fully reclines, of course, only $69.95. Stratorester's Miracle Massage chair brings you head-to-toe relaxation with soothing vibrations that leave you wonderfully revived. UL approved electric motor does the trick. 2 adjustable positions for reclining, only $69.95. TV Stratorester and Miracle Massage Stratorester are covered in long-wearing Voltaflex and nylon boucle in your choice of colors. Buy Stratorester chairs on the 6th floor, Annex store for Homes, Jordan Marsh, Boston, or at Jordan's in Framingham, Malden, or Peabody. Today's Jordan Marsh weather outlook, cloudy. For details now, the latest WHDH official weather forecast from the United States Weather Bureau in Boston. Your forecaster this morning, Clarence Grogan.
Good morning. The weather in Boston will be generally cloudy, cool, and damp today. While there is a slight chance of some light snow or drizzle this morning, we believe that for the most part the precipitation has come to an end. High temperatures today will be in the middle 40s. North to northwesterly winds increasing to 25 to 35 miles an hour. Clearing tonight and a little colder inland. Low temperatures in the low 30s. Gentle northerly winds tonight. Increasing cloudiness and little temperature change on Saturday. There is a chance of some light rain late in the day on Saturday. Gale warnings are displayed from Eastport to Block Island, but these will likely be lowered later in the day with diminishing winds. Northwesterly winds at 25 to 35 knots, diminishing slowly today, becoming gentle northerly tonight. Northeasterly winds at 10 to 20 knots Saturday. Cloudy today with some drizzle or light snow this morning. Clearing tonight, followed by increasing cloudiness on Saturday. The improving weather will move from the south towards the north, so that the weather over northern New England will improve a little later than that over southern New England, where there is now a definite trend toward improvement showing. Snow is still falling over northern New Hampshire and Maine. The snow will probably end over northern New Hampshire and Vermont late this afternoon. The snow will probably linger over extreme eastern and northern Maine tonight. No significant change in temperature is expected over northern New England. Over the weekend, the weather in Boston will be cool, with temperatures in the 40s and nighttime temperatures in the 30s. Increasing cloudiness on Saturday, with rain likely Saturday night and Sunday. The ocean storm that brought gale winds to coastal New England, heavy rains to southern New England, and snow to the north is now heading towards Nova Scotia. It is gradually weakening its hold on New England, but we are sorry to report another storm in the Middle West is headed in our direction. This next system will cause cloudiness to increase and rain again late tomorrow and Sunday. Here at Logan International Airport at the present time, the sky is still cloudy. There's the remnant of a light rain shower. The present temperature is 36, the humidity 96, and the wind northwest at 20. Yesterday's mean temperature of 37 gave us an additional 28 fuel degree days, bringing the total for the season to 5,354. This concludes the morning weather broadcast, and I return you to your station announcer.
That's the latest WHDH official weather forecast from the United States Weather Bureau in Boston. A final Jordan Marsh Breakfast Extra news note in a moment. Wherever you go, you can spot the American man by his clothes. They're not British or continental. They're 100% American, immaculately tailored with a casual American elegance. And comfort is the big word. Jordan Marsh is a master at the American look in men's clothes. Nowhere in New England would you find a larger selection of 100% American men's suits. Ivy, American Ambassador, and American Continental models. Tailored for comfort in new lightweight spring fabrics for just $49.95. Widest assortment of sizes, fabrics, colors, and patterns. Jordan's also offers a vast assortment of men's handsome top coats with raglan sleeves and set-in front. in new spring fabrics and patterns from $44.95. Also, comfortable Manhattan tropical man smooth shirts that never need ironing. A big feature at Jordan's are resist-all crushable hats and Bostonian hand-sewn slip-on shoes. Whatever you need in comfortable new spring clothes, you'll find in the store for men, Jordan Marsh, Boston, Framingham, Malden, or Peabody. Jordan's, the store with the accent on comfort in men's clothes. Sir Winston Churchill, who has ridden out many a storm of state, rode out the storm of the seas for 2 days aboard the yacht of Aristotle Onassis, tied up in New York Harbor. Strong winds, high tides, prevented Churchill from being taken ashore until this morning for his jet flight to London. And during his stay, he received a message from President Kennedy, who saluted Churchill as the great captain in the defense of the West in World War II. The telegram from the White House to the yacht Christina read in part, "You hold an enduring place in the hearts of my countrymen as the great captain in the defense of the West in a critical time." And that's Breakfast Extra. Leo Egan reporting complete WHDH news, weather, and sports. Presented daily by Jordan Marsh, New England's largest store. For complete news as it breaks, stay tuned to WHDH.
The news is live on 85 WHDH Boston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this segment, we have some very impressive news for you. Through my own efforts, we have been able to contact Derchniklav Klaudovnikov, who is a Russian correspondent, and he will give us an on-the-spot report from Yuri Gagarin's reception, where Premier Khrushchev is in attendance. All of this on the Yankee Network will be brought to you momentarily, so stay with us.
Oh, I'm not much of an artist, but I think I've learned the smartest kind of picture I can paint this time of year. It's a picture tall and coolin', full of foam and beer, no foolin'. So I have a nick and feel refreshed, have a nick of vodka beer.
Satisfy your beer thirst better. Satisfy your beer thirst better. Satisfy your beer thirst better
with New York's famous beer.
Have a nick, you feel refreshed. Have a nick of vodka beer.
Say, next time you're in your favorite tavern or cafe, enjoy your Knickerbocker in Little Nick bottles. Just be sure you got the genuine Little Nick that's first in sales here. The Little Nick that satisfies your beer thirst better.
WHDH time is 13 minutes before 8 o'clock. Moscow is gaga over Gagarin. And the people in the streets are singing Yuri My Everything. And receptions are breaking out all over Moscow. And we now take you for a special report. Come in, Derchniklav Klaudovnikov. This is Derchniklav Klaudichnikov. Sorry. Derchniklav Klaudichnikov reporting to you from Moscow. I'm here at a big reception which is being held for Yuri himself. And all of Russia is very proud of his fantastic feet. They're the biggest feet I've ever seen. And his head is getting a little big, too, from all the publicity, but that's all right. He's a good boy. You heard it here first. At this wonderful reception here, would you please get off my foot, please? Please get off. You're standing on my foot. Would you please, look, you're getting caviar all over the microphone. Move back, please. Please move back. Anything I don't want, it's sturgeon eggs on my microphone. Here at the reception is Premier Khrushchev himself. He's standing over there right now, as a matter of fact. And this is not known in all the world, but Premier Khrushchev is a wonderful singer. He has a fine singing voice. And he's calling for attention now. He's calling for attention at the table. He's about to salute Yuri Gagarin. He's about to salute Yuri in song. Quiet over there! I'm about to salute Yuri in song. Did you hear a boom with the microphone?
Stupid.
This is Dorothy Claudia Cop, signing off. I couldn't stand it another minute. WHDX time is 11 minutes before 8 o'clock. Those crazy Russians. WHDH time is 8 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's 8 before 8. When was the last time you enjoyed driving a car like that? If you find that all the fun has been taken out of your driving, try the Swedish Volvo. Big car comfort, small car economy, sports car performance. The only real family sports car. And with Volvo, it's economy through quality. Volvo has the one big thing that's missing in almost every other economy car. Fantastic quality. Real Swedish quality like Swedish steel. 7 coats of paint. Doors that slam like a safe. All that and more for prices that begin at just $18.95. Now, if you enjoy the pleasure of driving, take a Volvo out for a free test drive during Volvo's Big Spring Carnival, now on at Plaisted Foreign Motors Salem, Auto Engineering in Lexington, Campbell Auto Body in Brockton, Dalzell Motor Sales in Norwood. Come now to Volvo's Big Spring Carnival. It's 7 minutes before 8 o'clock. That's the WHDH time. The man says today cloudy and cool, temperature slightly higher than yesterday, chance of light drizzle or light snow this morning. It's 34 degrees right now.
Another WHDH Listeners Club winner has been selected. And here with the name of the lucky winner and prize details is Jess Kane.
Thank you, Josh. Julia Palmieri, 15 Thelma Road, Dorchester. Yes, Julia Palmieri is another WHDH Listeners Club winner. I didn't mean to be so informal, Julia. A beautiful redwood cedar chaise lounge. This wonderful prize is perfect for your patio, your garden, or your recreation room. The lounge is pretty, useful, and will last a lifetime. A WHDH Listeners Club winnergram is on its way to Julia Palmieri, telling her how she'll receive her prize. Now, you remember, WHDH Listeners Club winners will be announced all day, every day on WHDH Radio, so stay tuned. If you haven't joined the WHDH Listeners Club, for heaven's sake, will you do it today? Send a postcard with your name, address, and telephone number to WHDH Listeners Club, Box 1, Boston 25, that's 25, Massachusetts. You can leave out the comma. We understand.
It pays to listen to WHDH.
Well, he feels good. It's 4 minutes before 8 o'clock. That's the WHDH time. 4 before 8.
Something fresh, something gay, something good is coming your way. For a wonderful treat, try juicy fruit gum. Happy and gay as the spring. It's different, delicious, it fascinates you. Millions enjoy it and you love it too. For a wonderful treat, oh how you love sweet, luscious, juicy fruit gum. Flowers bloom, birdies sing, have a happy taste of spring. For a wonderful treat, try juicy fruit gum, luscious and sweet, oh what a treat. For a real flavor change, try juicy fruit gum, happy and gay as the spring. Bursting with flavor, fresh as the dew, millions enjoy it and you love it too. For a wonderful treat, oh how you love sweet, luscious, juicy fruit gum.
WHCH time is 3 minutes before 8 o'clock, and this is probably the weirdest public service announcement you ever heard, but next week, for free, incidentally, I'm not accepting any money, but I'm appearing with the St. Paul's Variety Show at John Hancock Hall here in Boston, and it's either Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't know which, but I hope they'll call me and tell me because I should know, and I don't. I lost a piece of paper. I'm a boob. Sue me. This is Jess. We're 1 minute away from 5 minutes of news with Leo Egan from the spot where your dial's alive, Kane, telling you to stay tuned.
Mothers and fathers, if you have family, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, all of your unmarried children under 19 years of age can get the benefits you get at no extra charge. This includes service benefits in the hospital, the big plus that provides drugs and use of operating rooms, as well as professional services such as x-rays and laboratory tests. These and many other unpredictable services are added to generous room and board allowances when you use semi-private accommodations. In the same way, services of your physician or surgeon in hospitals and many of his services outside the hospital are covered in full in most cases if your annual income is within certain broad limits. One thing more, and this is important. If you have an unmarried son or daughter approaching 19 years of age, make sure they get their own membership. Let them enjoy Blue Cross Blue Shield protection for the rest of their lives.
For further information about Blue Cross Blue Shield, just drop a card to WHDH in Boston. That's the very same WHDH where your dial's alive at 85 AM and FM, Boston's big league station for music, news, weather, and sports at the tone, 8 o'clock.
What's the big news in bread today? Tip Tops.
Mr. Big Bread. When you buy bread, think big. Think Tip Top's Mr. Big Bread.
Whatever you do, keep tuned for the news on WHDH Boston.
Leo Egan reporting WHDH headline news at 8 o'clock. Rescue ships head for Boston with Marine merchant crew. A body is found in the ruins of Peabody Firehouse. And Russia's cosmonaut has his big day. Boston's temperature now 35 degrees. The weather is partly cloudy. WHDH
Airchecks Live, where you hear radio the way it used to be. Radio's greatest hits of today and yesterday. It's all right here on Airchecks Live.